Welcome, viewers, to Hometown Cable's presentation of boys varsity basketball, coming to you from the field house on the campus of Plattsburgh State for this afternoon's Section 7 Class B semifinal matchup between the Cougars of Northeastern Clinton in the home white and the Eagles of Beekmantown Central School in their away red. Both teams, the Cougars had a bye into the semifinals. The Eagles fought their way in by defeating the Peru Indians, and this is the semifinal matchup, Section 7 Class B championship. The winner of this contest will meet the defending champion Plattsburgh High Hornets. There's Davison, the last one from three-point land. It comes up just a little bit short. Keegan Ryan has the rebound, and it's going to be McElroy is going to get called for the travel out front, so it'll be a turnover by the Eagles. This will be the second trip down for the Cougars. Beekmantown has come up empty on both of their trips down the court. Here's Miller for three, and that one's a little bit long. Rebound by McElroy. And they push it up to the floor. This is Ebersol. He lofts one over for Anderson. Anderson catches, backs in, spins one up, and knocks it down. So the Eagles jump out on top to a 2-0 lead early on. There's a pass inside, gets deflected away, and the Eagles will come away with the turnover. Here's McElroy. He penetrates, looks to pull up, gives it off for Anderson. Anderson inside for Ryan. Ryan backs up. His shot's a little bit short. Carter comes up with a rebound. Here's Armstrong. He penetrates, thinks about it, kicks it over for Davison. Davison unloads another three. That was a little bit long. Battle for it underneath, and Ryan clears the boards. Here's Ebersol. He penetrates the lane, and he's going to get fouled. Looks like it's going to go against Miller. So the Eagles will inbound with 6:06 on the clock, and a low-scoring affair here in the first 2 minutes of the contest. Cougars once again in their 2-3 zone. They don't get out of that defensive alignment too often. But this is Anderson with it. Ryan in the corner. Gives it into his brother Tom. Tom has it at the elbow. He turns around, puts up a shot that doesn't go. Carter clears the rebound. Here come the Cougars. This is Armstrong. He loses the handle. It's underneath to Miller. Miller thinks twice about it and dribbles out. Gives it off for Armstrong. Armstrong. Here's Miller from the corner. That one just looks like it's going to come up a little bit short. It's going to go out of bounds. So 0 for 3 from three-point land for the Cougars so far in this contest. It hasn't seemed to hurt them too much as they're only behind 2-0, and it looks like it's a pitcher's duel so far. Ebersol gives it over for Anderson. Anderson lobs one inside, but Carter cuts that one off, and here come the Cougars on a break. Miller gives it over for Armstrong. Armstrong dribble penetrates, drops it off for Bedard. Bedard gets his shot blocked by Anderson. Still alive, but the Eagles come away with it. Here's Ebersol. Looks to drive against Armstrong. Puts up an awkward shot. It's last touched by the Cougars, so it'll looks like it's going to stay with the Eagles. Officials for tonight's contest are Jamie Labarge, Randy Lozier, and Steve Parker, a veteran crew. There's Keegan Ryan inside. He goes up for the shot. He's going to get fouled. Nice pass play there by the Eagles to get everybody involved, and the foul's going to go against Tom Bedard. That'll be his first, team's second. Put Keegan Ryan on the line to shoot too. The first shot's up just a little bit short. So both teams a little tentative here in the first 4 minutes of the contest with only 2 points on the board so far. Kind of unlikely for this caliber of a game. That long rebound comes out to the Eagles, so they'll get a second opportunity here. Here's Anderson. He drives, tries to kick it in for Ryan, but goes off a Cougar player, and Beekmantown will have another opportunity. Ebersol gives it back inside for Ryan or Anderson. Anderson, the reverse layup, that won't fall. Bedard comes away with the rebound. Cougars want to run. Here's Armstrong, takes it into the land of Giants, and gets it blocked, but it'll stay with the Cougars. Beekmantown with 3 bigs down there, going to make it a little difficult for any of these guards to penetrate. But Bedard says, I'll give it a try, and he's going to draw the foul. And that's going to go against McElroy. That's the first team foul on the Eagles. So the Cougars will inbound. Armstrong gives it back for Davison. Here's a nice spin move by Carter. He puts the shot up and it won't fall, but he does draw the foul. And it looks like it's going to go against Tom Ryan. So that'll put Stephen Carter on the line to shoot two, see if the Cougars can get rid of that goose egg on the board. First 4 minutes of this contest, and they haven't yet to score. And still nothing. We've got substitutions for the Eagles. I mean, number 11, Ben Smith, and number 33, Zach Toll check in, and Keegan Ryan and Foster Ebersol will sit. Carter's second foul shot is on its way, and so the Eagles cannot hope for the shutout anymore. McElroy tries to feed one inside, and ball's loose, but Bedard comes up with that. The loose ball. Here's Miller. Brings it over for Bedard. Bedard chucks up the three. That one's long. Ball bounces around, and then McElroy comes away with the loose rebound. So here come the Eagles back down the other way. This is Ryan. He puts his shot up, and that one's short. Armstrong rebounds. Comes back the other way. Looks to penetrate against McElroy. This is Davison with it. Eagles in a 2-3 zone of their own. Here's Davison. He tries to penetrate, gives it off, but wasn't expecting that. Bedard gives it for Armstrong. Again, they're keeping it on the perimeter. They got 10 to shoot. Armstrong puts up a shot. That one's long. Battle for the rebound, and Anderson comes down with it. The Cougars have yet to score a field goal, and the Eagles throw that one away, and we got a timeout on the floor. So with 2:41 remaining in the first quarter, it's the Beekmantown Eagles 2, the Cougars 1. Okay, we are out of the timeout and back at it with 2.5 to play here in the first quarter. Here's Carter from the foul line. That one won't go either. And the Eagles clear the rebound. There's a pass up for Anderson. Anderson lays it in. Armstrong thinks about it. Kicks it over for Bedard. Back out for Armstrong. Inside for Miller. Miller's going to take the short jumper. And that one won't go either. The Cougars showing just a little bit of poor shooting here in this first quarter. Their shot selection has been as good as it usually is. The shots are just not falling for them. So, fortunately, neither are the Eagles putting anything up on the board. So, at this point, with just under 2 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter, with a total of 5 points on the board, this is somewhat unheard of. There's Anderson. His shot's a little bit short. Ryan gets the rebound, and looks like he's going to get fouled on the way up. And that's going to go against Carter. That'll be his first, and it's going to put Tom Ryan on the line to shoot 2. And the first one's up, and that one's too long. Second one is on its way, and that one won't go either. Carter gets the rebound, and we got a foul on the play. And that's going to go against Tom Ryan. That'll be his second. And he'll go to the bench. And younger brother Keegan will check back into the contest. We go to the Cougars, seeing if they can't get themselves on the get something from the field here. They only 1 point to show for it. Davison, he finally unloads, knocks down the 3. So that's a pretty long stretch, 6 minutes and 40 some odd seconds into the contest before they hit their first field goal. Here's Ben Smith with a 3-pointer that comes up a little bit short. He hustles and gets his own rebound. Armstrong knocks away that entry pass and comes back the other way. And he's going to drive it to the hoop and draw the foul. And the foul's going to be on the floor, so Cougars will inbound. It's the 4th team foul against the Eagles, and then went against number 11, Ben Smith. And that lob inside, Carter wasn't ready for that one, so there's a turnover by the Cougars. And Eagles come back the other way. We're in the final minute to play here in the first quarter with the score all knotted at 4 apiece. Here's Anderson. This is Smith. Toll has it, gives it for Smith. Eagles are going to keep it on the perimeter here, see if they can't come up with a quality shot here. We've got 5 to shoot on the shot clock. Gives it inside for Keegan Ryan. His shot won't go. So the Cougars can now hold for the last shot if they so desire. And it looks like that's probably the way they're going to do it. Davison and Miller keeping it on the outside here. We got about 10 seconds to play in the first quarter. Davison looks to penetrate, puts up a floater, won't fall. And Anderson grabs the rebound and the clock expires. So after 8 minutes of play here at the field house on the campus of Plattsburgh State in this Section 7 Class B semifinal matchup, it's the Cougars 4, the Eagles 4. All right, we are back at it here for the beginning of the second quarter. And Rob Armstrong knocks down a 3. Puts the Cougars up by a 3-point margin, 7-4. Here's Toll with a mid-range jumper, and we got a timeout on the floor. So after 8 minutes of play in the first quarter with only 8 points total, we've got a total of 7 points here, or 5 points in the first 20 seconds of the second quarter. So looks like we're in for possibly a whole different thing here in the second quarter. All right, so out of the timeout, we're back to action. Cougars with the ball on a 1-point lead. Here's Miller. There's a lob inside. Nice catch by Carter, but Toll strips it from him and doesn't get a chance to put that one back up. First time they've actually got the ball inside to the big guy, and he wasn't able to get it above his head. This is Toll, drives against Davison, puts up a shot in the lane. It rolls off the rim, it won't fall down. Gets his own rebound. It's on the floor. He gets that one partially blocked, and Carter comes away with the rebound. There's a lob up for Miller. Miller gets that shot blocked by Anderson, and we're going to have a foul underneath. And that's gonna go against number 11, Rob Armstrong. That's his first, and there'll be 4 on the team. 6:55 to play in the first half. Cougars showing a little bit of pressure here. Toll runs into a trap, but gets it over for McElroy. McElroy gets it across the timeline, and here's Ebersol. Ebersol penetrates. Drops it off for Keegan Ryan. His shot's a little bit short, and Carter comes away with his rebound. That's 6 rebounds already for Stephen Carter here early in the second quarter, but the Cougars come down and turn the ball over at the other end, so Eagles will have another opportunity to take the lead. Uncharacteristically low-scoring contest here so far. With only neither team has reached double digits yet. Here's McElroy, and he tries to dribble around Miller, but Miller's going to get called for the foul. It's going to be 2 on Miller, and with only 3 players on the bench for the Cougars, they can ill afford to get in any kind of foul trouble. Here's McElroy. Anderson gonna lob it in, tried to lob it in for Keegan Ryan, but it's a little bit too far. There's a nice play by Jamie Davison to find a wide open Rob Armstrong, and they convert on the fast break, and we got a timeout on the floor. So with 6 minutes and 12 seconds to play in the second quarter, it's the Cougars 9, the Eagles 6. All right, out of the timeout, we are back at it. Eagles with the ball, trailing by 3. Here's McElroy, tries to drive. Dumps it off for Toll. Toll puts it inside for Anderson. Anderson puts up an awkward shot, hits the back of the rim, and Carter clears the rebound. And that one goes off of somebody's foot up into the stands. Usually Harry Gagne catches those, but he can get in his neighborhood this time. So the Cougars will inbound under their own basket. Here's Bedard. Davison. Nice pass inside for Carter. Carter strong, move to the hoop. It won't fall. Anderson clears the rebound. And Miller's going to get called for another foul. So that's three on Miller, and Coach Guerin is going to have to go to the bench and put one of his guards on the bench here with 5:40 to play in the first half. So number 15, Ritchie Collins, checks into the contest, and he'll help out down on the post. Ryan, they're going to go right after Collins, and that rolls around, and Carter rebounds again. There's another pass inside that Carter wasn't expecting, and Cougars turn the ball over once again. So here we come down the other end. Both teams coming up empty on their respective possessions. This is Toll. He's in the corner. Gives it in for Anderson. Anderson kicks it back out for McElroy. This is Ebersol. Without Tyler Frenier out there, they have not much of a threat from the perimeter. Davison steals the ball up front, comes back the other way. And he dribbles around Ebersol, but that doesn't materialize. He comes up with it. Long shot, doesn't hit anything, and goes out of bounds. So Cougars will turn that ball over with 4.5 to play here in the first half. Once again, neither team has lit up the scoreboard with too much action so far. This is Ebersol in the corner. Gives it for McElroy. Again, they're keeping it on the perimeter. Toll tries to skip it over, but Collins picks that one off. Here's a 2-on-1 break, and Davison trying to get it over to the open man, but McElroy stuck his foot out and broke up that play. So 4:08 to play in the second quarter. No score in the change, and no change in the score in the last couple minutes. Here's Bedard. Armstrong gives it in for Carter. He can't handle it. The ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to go off of the Cougars. So it's going to go over to the Beekmantown Eagles on the turnover. Just under 4 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Chris McElroy with the ball. Same play pretty much every time. Keep it on the inside. Try to punch it inside. Finally do. Get it into Keegan Ryan. His turnaround jumper. First 2 points of the contest for the younger of the Ryans. And that draws the Eagles within a point. Davison. His attempt was a little bit long. And Carter can't capitalize on the rebound. And they won another turnover. Here's a long pass up for Jamie Davison. And that pass is just a little bit too long. Davison tried to save it, but threw it against the back of the backboard, went out of bounds. So Cougars get the turnover on there and then turn the ball over the other end. And Ben Smith checks back into the contest. Zach Toll will sit. Good quality minutes for Coach Converse out of Zach Toll off the bench. Ebersol, long pass for McElroy. McElroy pulls up, and his shot's in and out. Anderson, nice rebound there. Nice offensive rebound by Devin Anderson. And the putback puts the Eagles up by one with a score of 10-9 with 2.5 to go here in the first half. Anderson with 6 points. Is Armstrong's three-point attempt goes in and out. Ball's on the floor. Carter underneath. Goes strong to the hoop and draws the foul. And that's going to go against number 42, Devin Anderson. That'll be his first foul. And that'll put Stephen Carter on the line to shoot too. Carter makes the second. Some question coming into the contest as to anyway, how many points he needed to reach his 1,000-point mark, and the way his fans are reacting, he only needs one more, but we'll see. There's Ebersol knocks down a three at the other end. And there's another turnover, so the Eagles with a chance to increase that lead. There's Keegan Ryan. Takes it hard to the hole and draws the foul. And it's going to go against Carter. That'll be his second, and put Keegan Ryan on the line to shoot two. See if they can expand on that lead. And the first one goes off the rim. Minute 53 to play here in the first half. Second one goes up, and that one's in. So the Eagles go up by a 14-10 margin. Here's Collins, Bedard, Davison. He puts one in for Carter. Carter lays it up and in. And that looks like that's going to be a official timeout as Stephen Carter reaches the 1,000-point milestone in his varsity career. Carter receives the standing ovation, well-deserved ovation for a player who actually started his varsity career as a sophomore, brought up just for the sectional. So to score 1,000 points in just really 2 full seasons is a pretty remarkable feat. Anyway, we'll go back to action, and the Cougars are still down by 2 points with a minute and a half to go here in the contest. This is Anderson inside, kicks it back out for Ebersol. Ebersol pulls up. That jumper's a little bit short. Davison with the long rebound gets it over for Bedard. Bedard has a step on his player and goes in and gets fouled hard. And that's going to go against McElroy, and it's going to put Bedard on the line to shoot two. Nice pass, nice feed up by Jamie Davison to hit the Tom Bedard. Bedard had a step on his defender and got fouled going to the hoop. His first foul shot is up and good. And we've got number 12, Mitch Danucci is checked into the contest here. And McElroy will sit down with 3 fouls, I believe. Second one's on its way for Bedard. That one's in and out. And here come the Eagles back the other way. We got a minute 10 to play in the first half. Ryan, he goes up hard. Nice soft touch off the glass. Give him 5 points. And that puts the Eagles up by 3. Here's Collins from the foul line. Carter gets a nice offensive rebound, but gets his shot knocked away. And Ebersol drives in the lane, and he's going to get called for the charge. That's going to be one on first on Ebersol. So the Cougars have it with about 30 some odd seconds to go here in the half. There is a slight differential between the shot clock and the game clock, so they will have to get a shot off before this all ends. I would hope that would be in their game plan anyway. Here's Davison wide open, and that one goes off the side of the rim. Ball skips around and it goes off. Last touch by the Cougars, so the Eagles will have 10 seconds to get it down the court and get a shot off. See if they can't expand on that 16-point lead. I'm sorry, that 3-point lead. Ebersol gives it off for Anderson from the elbow. That one's a little bit long. Long rebound. Davison steals it away, and the clock runs out. So after 16 minutes of play here at the Fieldhouse of Plattsburgh State, it's the Eagles of Beekmantown Central School 16, the Cougars of Northeastern Clinton Central 13. All right, we are back at it here, folks, for the start of the second half of this Section 7 Class B semifinal matchup between the Eagles of Beekmantown in their away red and the Cougars of Northeastern Clinton in their home white. We're going to see if we can jazz this up a little bit for you here in the second half, because neither team wants to put a whole lot of points on the board, so we'll have to do something to make it more exciting. There's Foster Ebersol, takes a shot off the front of the iron, and Carter comes down with a rebound. There's Miller, gets his defender off the feet, brings it into the lane, kicks it back out for Armstrong. Armstrong gets it out for Miller. Miller from the outside. That shot's a little bit short, and ball goes out of bounds, so it's going to go over to the Eagles. Stephen Carter had 11 rebounds by my tally here in the first half. Only 4 points on the board, but it's been quite a force on the rebounding on the glass end of things. There's a lob inside. This is Ebersol. Ebersol gives it off for Tom Ryan. Ryan puts it on the floor, puts his shot up. It's a nice shot over the outstretched arms of Stephen Carter. It's the first 2 points of the contest for Tom Ryan, who spent a considerable amount of time on the first half on the bench with 3 fouls. Here's Armstrong. Once again, gets his defender off. Here's Davison unloads. That one's short. Devin Anderson with the rebound. And here come the Eagles back the other way. Davison strips the ball. Sends a long pass up for Miller. Miller puts up a left-handed layup, and that's in. Logan Miller finally scores his first 2 points of the contest. Minute 40 gone in the third quarter. Here's Anderson. Gets the ball knocked away, and here comes Miller again on the layup. And Ebersol is going to drive him to the ground. So another steal on the far end, and long pass up for Logan the streaking. Logan Miller taking it to the hoop, and this time he gets fouled hard and will have to earn his 2 points the hard way, or the easy way, whichever way you want to look at it. And Miller knocks down the first one. And we got a timeout on the floor. So 6:11 showing on the clock here in the third quarter, and the Cougars have cut the deficit to 2 points, and the Beekmantown Eagles lead 18-16 with 6:11 to play in the third quarter. Miller with one shot remaining, and that one rolls off the front of the rim. So 3 points for Logan Miller, all here in the second half. It draws the Cougars to within 2. Here's Anderson from the top of the key, gives it over for McElroy. McElroy tries to force one inside, and Armstrong breaks that up. Here come the Cougars on the run. Davison chucks one up, and that's short. Tom Bedard wrestles for the rebound. Carter grabs a hold of the loose ball, takes it to the hole, and draws the foul. And it's going to go against Devin Anderson, and that'll put Carter on the line to shoot 2. It's 2 fouls on Anderson. Carter makes the first of the 2. Second one is on its way, and that one's good. Six points for Stephen Carter. Eagles on the other end. Here's Anderson with it. Looks to penetrate. Got Bedard on him. Gives it in for Ryan. Ryan kicks it out for Ebersol. Ebersol back inside for Keegan Ryan. There's Thomas Ryan. Takes it to the hole, and he draws the foul. And that's going to go against Jamie Davison. That's his first. It'll put Tom Ryan on the line to shoot 2. And his first one's up. That one rolls around the rim and comes back out. Second one's on its way, and that one doesn't fall. Carter with another rebound. And here come the Cougars back the other way. Our scores all tied here at 18 apiece. 5:20 to go in the third quarter. Inside for Carter, and looked like Ryan had a pretty good block there, but referee Lozier thought otherwise, and he calls him for the foul, and that's going to be 3 fouls on Tom Ryan. So Stephen Carter will be at the line again to shoot 2. Looks like Coach Converse is going to go to the bench and take his big senior out of the contest. So Zach Toll will check in, and Tom Ryan will go back to the bench with 3 fouls. As Carter knocks down the first of his 2 free throws. Second one is on its way, and that one's a little bit long. And Davison tries to scoot in on the rebound, and he's going to get called for the foul. So that's going to be 2 on him. 7 points for Stephen Carter. He's going to lead all scorers with 7 points at this juncture of the contest, which once again, an uncharacteristically low-scoring affair for any high school basketball game, for that matter. Here's Toll, kicks it over for McElroy. McElroy with the short jumper, that won't fall, and we've got a foul on the floor. And it's going to go against Armstrong. And I believe that's 2 on Armstrong. The Eagles keeping it on the outside. Pump one in for Anderson. Anderson gets his shot blocked by Carter, who comes away with the loose ball. Here's Armstrong. Nice feed inside for Bedard. Bedard gets his shot blocked, and looks like there might have been some contact on that, but none of the 3 officials out there saw it my way, so Eagles will come back the other way. Chance to take the lead with 4:13 to play here in the third quarter, and they do. Keegan Ryan. 7 points for the younger Ryan. Davison thinks about penetrating. There's Armstrong. His shot just a little bit wide, and Zach Toll takes the rebound. Here come the Eagles. Chance to expand on the lead, but pass is picked off by Rob Armstrong, but throws it away in the other direction. So here come the Eagles back down the other way. Kick it over for Ebersol. Ebersol gives it over for McElroy. He thinks about it. Penetrates. Gets in the lane. Puts up a shot a little bit too strong. Armstrong with the rebound. And here come the Cougars back the other way. And they back out of the press and slow things down. Keep it on the perimeter. See if they can't come up with a decent shot. Here's Bedard. Finds himself wide open in the lane. He doesn't miss on that one. 3 points for Thomas Bedard. What's going on? Okay. Here's Toll. Toll with it. Looks to penetrate. Off the pick. Sends a shot up off the glass. It won't fall. Hits the ground, and here comes Miller. Miller with a 2-on-3 break. Decides to pull back out of that. And they will see if they can't come up with a better shot. Inside for Carter. Carter turns around and knocks it down. 9 points for Stephen Carter. Pushes the lead up to 3 points for the Cougars with a score of 23-20 with 2:26 to play in the third quarter. McElroy over for Toll. Toll again looks like they want to get it inside, but they can't do that. Toll forces up a shot that goes up a little long, and the Eagles get the rebound, and we got a timeout on the floor. 2:12 showing on the clock here in the third period from the field house of Plattsburgh State in this Section 7 Class B semifinal contest with the score, the Cougars 23, the Eagles 20. All right, so out of the timeout. Eagles with the ball. 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Here's Anderson with it. He kicks it back out for Ebersol. Ebersol back over for Anderson. Anderson looks to drive. Ball goes off his foot, and it's going to go over to the Cougars. Here's Davison with it. Miller lines up for three. That one gets partially blocked. And Anderson comes away with the loose ball. Cougars normally a good perimeter shooting team with the number one three-point shooter in the league. And there's Devin Anderson with a nice baseline move. Takes it right to the hole and drops it in. Give him 8 points. At 6 in the first half. Here's Bedard, goes over for Miller. Miller with a short jumper, brings it into the lane. And we got a loose ball, but Armstrong comes away with it. Here's Miller from the corner. That one's up. That one's short. McElroy has the rebound. Sends it up, and Bedard cuts it off, but it goes off of Davison's foot right to Keegan Ryan, and he's going to convert. Cougars had that defended very nicely, but Beekmantown got the roll on that one, and Ryan is able to pick up the loose ball and drop it in to go up by one with just under a minute to play here in the third quarter. There's a nice pass inside for Carter. Carter spins the lane and drops it in, draws the foul. Nice move by Stephen Carter, and that's going to go against Keegan Ryan. And it's going to be his first on the younger Ryan, but it'll put Stephen Carter on the line to shoot two. I'm sorry, shoot one. He made the basket and converts to three-point play. 12 points for Stephen Carter, the first player for either side to break double digits. And the Eagles have it, and about a 3-second differential, so they're going to have to get a shot off. They do, but it doesn't hit anything at all. So ball goes out of bounds. Go over to the Cougars. Cougars will have about 18 seconds on the clock to see if they can't get something off here. Cougars clinging to a 2-point lead as time winds down here in the third quarter. There's Bedard, thinks about it, gives it over for Davison. Davison chucks up a 3 at the buzzer and knocks it down. So after 3 quarters of play here at the Plattsburgh State Fieldhouse, the Cougars have taken a 5-point lead, 29-24. All right, folks, here we go for the final quarter of action in this Section 7 Class B semifinal contest. Jamie Davison starts things off with a 3-point attempt that goes just a little bit long, and here come the Eagles trying to pump it inside for Keegan Ryan, and he's going to get fouled. That's going to go against Stephen Carter. It's going to be his third. Here's Toll with it. McElroy gets it in for Keegan. Ryan kisses one off the glass. He's got 11 points. Here's Miller with it. Gives it for Davison. Armstrong penetrates, but kicks it back. Again, here's Armstrong again. Inside for Bedard. Thought about it, but pulls back. Armstrong's shot comes up a little bit short, and it's going to stay with the Cougars. We got a fresh 35 and 7 minutes to play. There's a pass inside for Carter. Carter loses the ball on the dribble, and he'll go over for the turnover. McElroy gives it in for Toll, and Bedard's going to get called for the foul. It's going to be 5 fouls on the Cougars here with just under 7 minutes to play in the contest, so they can get themselves in a bonus situation here fairly quickly. And once again, they can ill afford to have too many players in foul trouble as they don't go very deep on their bench. Here's Toll over for inside for Ryan, kicks it off for Anderson. Anderson leans in, shot won't fall. Ball's bouncing around. They get 3 or 4 attempts at it, and referee Lozier is going to say that Rob Armstrong's foot was on the line when he touched the ball, so the Eagles are still going to have possession of it after. I'd hate to be keeping the shot chart on that one because they missed about 4 chippies inside and have retained the ball. Armstrong gets his hand on the inbound pass, but Zach Toll hustles to come up with a loose ball. So the Eagles will get another opportunity. There's a nice catch and shot by Ryan, but it won't fall for him. Finally, Carter comes away with the rebound. 16 rebounds for Stephen Carter. There's Miller. That one's short. And Keegan Ryan comes away with that one. McElroy pumps it in for Ryan. Ryan gets up and blocked by Carter. And he grabs the loose ball. So neither team able to convert here so far in the last couple minutes. And that one's going to go as a turnover. And here's McElroy with it. Eagles looking to pound the ball inside. There's Anderson gives it off for Ryan. Ryan knocks down the 2. Just 4 points for Tom Ryan here, all in the second half. And Coach Guerin wants a timeout, so at 5:33 to show, 5:33 to play in the contest. The Eagles have climbed back within one. The Cougars lead 29-28. Alrighty, out of the timeout. We are back at it. This is Miller. Davison. Back for Miller. Miller inside for Carter. Nice spin move there and gets the defender off his feet. Comes away with the loose ball, but that one won't fall either. And here come the Eagles with a chance to take the lead. Bedard gets that one. Deflects it, but deflects it right to Devin Anderson, who picks up the loose ball and converts. So the Eagles go up by a point here with a 30-29 score with 4:53 to play in the fourth quarter. Armstrong gets it inside for Carter. Carter, shot won't go, gets his own rebound, knocks it in and draws the foul. And that's going to go against Tom Ryan. It's going to be 4 on him. And that's going to put Carter at the line to shoot one, see if he can convert the three-point play. Shot's on its way, and it's good. 15 points for Stephen Carter to go along with his 18 rebounds. Ryan over for Toll. Toll gives it up. Here's Bedard the other way. Gives it for Armstrong. Armstrong rolls in the lane. His shot won't go. Tom Ryan gets the rebound. Davison tries to knock it away from him, but he gets it back. Here come the Eagles trying to push the tempo just a little bit, but there's Tom Ryan from the corner. That was short. Anderson gets himself in there, and the ball shot goes up, and we got a foul on the play. And that's going to go against Armstrong. That's his third foul, and it'll put Keegan Ryan on the line to shoot 2. First one's good. And Coach Converse goes to the bench once again, puts in Foster Ebersol and number 11 Ben Smith, and Tom Ryan will sit with his 4 fouls, as will Zach Toll. The younger Ryan is at the line here for his second foul shot, and that one's up, and it won't go. Carter with the rebound. 12 points for Keegan Ryan. There's Bedard, drives the lane, tries to drop it off for Carter, but gets deflected a couple times and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Eagles, so the Cougars will retain possession. Got 19 on the shot clock. Armstrong gets it knocked out of his hands, but gets it back. Here's Davison in the lane. Puts up a shot, won't fall. Carter keeps it alive, backs in and knocks it down. Nice good hustle play to stay with it by the senior leader on this team. There's a pass underneath that Anderson can't handle, so there's a turnover by the Eagles, and the Cougars threatening to go on a run here with 3:23 to play in the contest, and up by 3 points. Tom Ryan checks back into the game, and Ben Smith sits. Davison with the ball. Here's Miller. Ebersol steps in, but Davison hangs on to that one. There's Carter with it. He backs in and gets a friendly roll. Give him 19 points to go along with his 19 rebounds. The team's off to a pretty slow start, but have picked up the pace here with just under 3 minutes to play in the contest. Cougars up by 5, 36-31 at this point. Here's Ebersol, drives, kicks it off for Tom Ryan, puts it in the lane. Nice contested shot there, and it's going to go over to the Cougars. Loose ball underneath, and last touch by the Eagles, so the Cougars will take over with 2.5 to play in the contest, up by 5. Chance to push that lead up a little bit and give themselves a little bit of breathing room. These Eagles refuse to go away with their big guys. There's a nice pass underneath for Tom Bedard, and we got a timeout on the floor. So with 2:21 to play in the contest, the Cougars have stretched their lead to 7 points, 38-31. Alrighty, folks, out of that timeout. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. Eagles with the ball, trailing by 7. And we got another timeout on the floor.
Come on, Ryan, post up 11. Got a 5'10" kid on.
And we got a full timeout on the floor. So 2:09 showing on the clock. No change in the score. Cougars up by a 7-point lead, 38-31. All right, we're back at it, folks. Here, the final 2 minutes of action here in the fourth quarter. This is Ebersol with it. Here's Ryan from the foul line. That one's going to be a little bit short. It's on the ground. Armstrong comes up with the rebound. Davison thought about the long pass, but decides better to slow things down, use some time off the clock. And we got a foul on the floor here, and that may look like he was trying to draw a foul, but give him a good shove in the back, and I'm not sure that that's exactly what they wanted. And during that timeout, Ritchie Collins had checked into the contest, but go right back to Miller. So. And there's another foul, so that's going to put the Cougars on the line. So Jamie Davison will be on the line to shoot 1 and 1. The Cougars are in the bonus now, so we'll be shooting for the remainder of this contest. That's 4 fouls on Foster Ebersol. And Davison misses the front end of the 1-on-1, but Carter gets the rebound and the putback. Big play there by the senior. 21 points to lead all scorers for Stephen Carter. There's a pass inside for Anderson, and kisses that one off the glass. And we got a timeout on the floor. So we got a minute 25 to play in the contest, and the Cougars still with that 7-point lead, 40-33. This game isn't over. And here we go. The Cougars get the ball inbounds, and quickly the Eagles foul, and I think that's going to be it for Mr. Ebersol. And that's going to put Rob Armstrong on the line to shoot 1 and 1. Minute 22 to go in the contest, and we're going to see what's going on here. Converse has 20 seconds to substitute for that disqualified player, and he has done so, so we will resume. And Rob Armstrong on the line, shoot 1 and 1. Team up by 7, minute 22 showing on the clock. The winner to advance to the championship of the Section 7 Class B against Plattsburgh High. There's Anderson. Anderson drives the lane, puts the shot up, won't fall. And Carter wrestles with the rebound, and we're going to have a foul on the play. And it's going to go against number 44, Keegan Ryan. We'll give Carter 20 rebounds, and may have missed 1 or 2 along the line, but I think that's going to be a pretty close tally for the senior, who's had a strong game both on the offensive end and on the glass, both offensive and defensive rebounding. Last time against a regular season matchup, the last game against Beekmantown, they held him to probably his lowest output all season. Once again, the Cougars missed the front end of the 1-and-1, so the foul business has worked out very well for Coach Converse, but unfortunately they can't score on the other end. And Davison can't elude the foul, so McElroy fouls Jamie Davison, who will go to the line once again. This time they'll be in a double bonus, so they shoot 2. And 55.8 seconds showing on the clock. And Davison knocks down the first one. And number 12, Mitch Danucci checks back into the contest. Zach Toll will sit. And Davison's second foul shot is good. 8 points for Jamie Davison. Here's McElroy inside for Ryan. Ryan fumbles it, gives it off for Anderson. Anderson high off the glass, won't go. Davison comes away with a loose ball, kicks it up for Armstrong. Armstrong drives the lane and puts in the layup. His first 2 points of the second half give him 7 total, and that pushes the lead up to 11 points, and it's going to be all over but the crying now. And we got 29 seconds showing on the clock, and we got a foul on the floor. And that's going to go against Carter. It's going to be 4 on him, but I don't think it's all kind of fundamental at this point with just 29 seconds showing on the clock, and the Cougars with a 11-point lead. Tom Ryan at the line, and he misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Carter with the rebound, and looks like the Eagles might just back off of this, but we'll see what happens here. Here's a pass up for Carter. Shot clock is off, so there's not much that the Eagles can do at this point. If they want to foul, they can, but the contest is basically over. So that's the way it was here from the field house of Plattsburgh State. The Cougars come away with an 11-point victory, 44-33, and advance to the Section VII Class B Finals to meet the Hornets of Plattsburgh High. That's the way it was from beautiful downtown Plattsburgh, New York, this Saturday afternoon, February 26, 2011. We thank you for watching Hometown Cable Television, worth your support.